experts, subject matter experts to help you guys get through what you're going through today. And today, this is something very interesting that we're talking about, and something that a lot of you may be dealing with, whether you know it or not. We're talking about work from home cybersecurity, everything you need to know. Because a lot of you may be in a place where perhaps you were working from home before, perhaps you weren't, but now you are, right? A lot of you. And even for a lot of you that are employees and have teams, have your team been working from home? Are they doing what they should be doing to actually protect themselves, protect their devices, and essentially protect your business and network from outside intruders or people that may want to get their hands on what you have access to? So let's talk about how we can lock that down today. I got one of the best people I know that can come in and have this conversation, and we're about to get started. But before we do, this is what I need, always ask you guys to do. I need you to drop into the comments. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're from. If you have a business, let me know what type of business you have so that we can get this thing kicked off and going. Again, your name and where you're from. If you have a business, let me know what kind of business do you actually have, right? Let me know what kind of business that you have. And this will be a great conversation. We're going to go into Q&A just a little bit later. And when we go into Q&A, it'll be interesting to hear from you guys, like what types of different things you're doing. Like I said, do you have employees? Do you not? Are you still in the office? Are you working from home? And you know, what do you have set up? Is this something that you've been thinking about? And if not, you know, how can we make sure it's something that's on the front of your actual minds as we get going? Awesome. I see people coming into the room. That is perfect. All right. I'm also going to share with you guys real quick who our special guest is today. Hey, what's up, Camille? Thanks for joining. I'm going to share with you guys who our special guest is today. It's Javis Freeman. Javis Freeman is the founder of the Cyber Guru LLC, a cybersecurity consulting and training firm that helps people and small businesses gain access to cyber protection and education. He's had the pleasure of consulting with Fortune 50 technology companies, small businesses, cybersecurity exam creators, nonprofits, and individuals looking to further their careers or change careers into cybersecurity. Preceding the Cyber Guru, Jarvis served in many roles in various industries, including aerospace, Department of Defense, high technology, and the U.S. Army as a signal officer. The experience of working both in private and public sectors, coupled with his experiences in the Army, helped shape him into a budding STEM leader. Most recently, his most notable endeavor has been the creation of a Chicago-based cybersecurity boot camp, Zero to Cyber, which provides career changers a fresh start into the cybersecurity industry through an intensive 16-week program. He aims to democratize cyber for both businesses and individuals, and this is accomplished by providing high-earning careers to individuals and providing talent in a scarce market to the businesses. Jarvis graduated from Southern Illinois University Carbondale with a degree in mechanical engineering, and later from the University of Illinois at Springfield with MS Computer Science. He also completed the Ascend Advanced Management Education Program at Northwestern University. Guys, please show some love in the comments for Mr. Javis Freeman. Hey, what's going on, Jarvis? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome, man. Glad to have you. A great conversation. I mean, before we get started, like, have you been getting more questions from people like recently because more people are at home, or is it pretty much just like it's always crazy? So it's all crazy. Have you seen like a heightened kind of awareness about certain things like this?
Yeah, people are becoming way more concerned with what's going on with their security. What's happening is they're not sure what they should be doing. They're not sure what they should be clicking, who they should be talking to. Also, during this time, hackers, we are, normally very aware of what's going on in the world. So we've bumped up all the attacks 50, 60%. Everybody's attacking everybody as often as possible because there's money to be made. Hacking isn't just for state secrets. It's there to make money.
That's good. You know what? And that probably chimes in because I think I saw something the other day saying that, and I don't know, maybe you might have seen, if you know the correct numbers, you can correct me. But I think I saw something saying that like internet usage is like 3 or 4 times what it normally is right now because everybody's home all around the world. And it's not even just the United States, right? Literally like all around the world, everybody is home and online.
Very much so. I think your numbers are pretty close. In Chicago, we had a brow down in my neighborhood, per se, for service. Everything came to almost a screeching halt because there was just so much internet activity going on. Comcast ended up emailing us everything because people are on the internet. You got to think kids are on the internet. Think about it, 3, 4 kids on the internet, adults. Normally they would be in school, not using the internet. So all of a sudden you got 3 to 4 times many users.
Exactly right. Hey, so let's kind of talk about it, right? Because everybody's home, guys. If you're just joining us, we're joined today by Jarvis Freeman. He's the founder of the Cyber Guru LLC. So let's talk about this a little bit. So folks are at home. When they're at home, are they more at risk? Like if I'm not in the office, if I'm not doing my thing, I'm at home. Am I more at risk? And like why am I more at risk if the answer is yes?
Yeah, you're definitely at more risk for a lot of different reasons. So, one, your home Wi-Fi network. Most people have very weak Wi-Fi networks, Wi-Fi passwords. By doing so, once I'm able to access your Wi-Fi network, I can then access possibly your device, see what you're doing, see what you're working on. So that not only puts you at risk, it puts your company at risk. Along with that, it depends on what device you're working on. Are you working on a standard issue laptop from your company or using your personal device? That also causes some of the problems. Last thing is, how can I say this? Operational security. If you work on certain things, like I know some people who are different types of engineers, they work on classified work. Who can see that? That's important. You might lose intellectual property that way, not even knowing it. Kids in the room, they're on, Snapchat, TikTok, taking videos, and you might have state secrets on your screen. That's no good.
Hmm. That's interesting because I think that's probably something that people don't even think about, right? Or that they're going through, and maybe even that, like the fact that hey, your kids are here, they got their stuff on devices. I know, one of the things I used to always tell people, back in the day when I worked IT, right? I would be like, number one thing I don't want you to do with your work computer is let your kids get on it. Cause seem like them kids, them websites, them kids' websites are ripe with malware and all kind of junks, every virus. If somebody's machine was running slow, I could tie it back to a kid 9 times out of 10, right? But now, like I said, we here with our kids. Our kids, maybe using our work laptops because now we homeschooling them, right? So we're trying to keep them engaged. Maybe some people got to let the kids use it so they can get into Zoom. We're going to have to talk about Zoom in a second too. So they can get into Zoom, so they can get into these meetings that they're doing with teachers. So a lot of stuff just for people to be aware of. So I mentioned Zoom a second ago. So Zoom, if people didn't know what Zoom was before, they sure know now, right? Because Zoom is like the darling of this whole thing, which I'm still trying to figure out. Because I'm like, I know somewhere like go to meeting and go to webinar and them folks. I know they like, hey, we've been here way before Zoom, right? But Zoom is the darling of this whole thing. But we keep hearing about these security issues with Zoom. What's your thoughts around that? Should we be using Zoom? Should we not use Zoom? Is it just ways to use it securely? What's your thoughts on that?
So the problem with Zoom is, first let's start why Zoom got popular. They gave away free 40-minute meetings. That's you can't beat that. So that's why they be our go-to meeting. The other aspect is Zoom has a shared security model that few people understand. It's kind of like using any other cloud-based service, AWS, Azure. So what happens is, yes, you can open up a Zoom meeting completely open with no password and all that stuff, and you're doing yourself a great disservice. What you're supposed to be doing is opening up a meeting, have a password, and then also let people into the room. Instead, most people just have open meetings, share the link on a website, share the link in an email to everybody, and then, anybody can jump in because you're not controlling the access to it. So, yes, Zoom had some security problems, including with their encryption. But the biggest problem was, I believe, end users weren't doing anything on their side. Not that they knew that they should be. So it's kind of a game of ignorance, per se. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing, right? It's like you have a lot of people at home using the technology that normally don't use it, or they normally aren't required to use it in their everyday. So, when I was seeing that, hey, teachers and people, they just taking the Zoom link, it's public, and they just put it on the internet, like, hey, come join me publicly on group, and thinking, hey, other people won't see that. The first thing is like, I'm thinking, what are they thinking? But again, I'm like, all right, this is technology they're not used to and actually accustomed to working with. They don't realize how it works, and they probably weren't given specific instructions on how to work it on top of that from the people at the top, because they probably don't know how it works either. So that's good. Hey, so I know some of our traffic sales and profit community, they actually have employees, and if I have employees and maybe I'm not used to them working from home, or they haven't worked from home before, what are some of the things I should be aware of, or maybe I should be doing or instructing them to do or not do while they're home in relation to connecting with our network or doing the work that they do for our companies?
So we can start with this. Well, get the kids off your computer. I like that one. Yeah, kids on computers, get them a tablet. You can get a tablet for about 50, $60. Get them something else. Get a Chromebook or something else that they can go somewhere else with. That's a starter. The next step would be if you're working within my network or you need to join the network with me, then I need you to, how can I say, VPN in. So it shouldn't just be a remote desktop connection. It should be a secure VPN tunnel your into your workplace infrastructure. If it's not, you should be concerned and raising flags. Also, if you're using your own computer, then it should be under some kind of managed service. So if you're bringing your own device, it should be under managed services, or you should have a virtual machine, basically a computer within your computer that is secured by your company. You got to have some kind of protection in place to separate your personal and business, just like if it were money or anything else. It's even bigger implications with your computer because if you start mixing those together and you affect your business, I got a feeling you may not have a job when this is done.
Mm. That's good. Hey, and I want you to take a step back for a second. You talk about VPN, so I know somebody's watching saying like, "What in the world is a VPN?" He talking about tunneling in places. Am I gonna find El Chapo somewhere or something? So Jarvis, why don't you explain to the people what a VPN is if they never heard of it?
VPN is a virtual private network. What it does is it creates an encrypted tunnel. Literally, you can think of tunneling through the ground to another city, and once you create that tunnel, you're now part of that internal network. You're seen as part of the internal network. And that allows you to access the services and protection of that network. So by VPNing in, then it leaves your network, it leaves you secure and it leaves your company secure because the people you're talking to are only within your company. So it's just like being right there at your desk or right there in the workplace.
Now, I don't know if it was you. It might have been you. I don't know if it was somebody else, but I think it might have been you. I was having a conversation with one time, and I think you might have told me like one of the worst things you ever want to do is let your employees access company networks and such from their actual mobile devices. Is that true?
Yeah, that was me, and yeah, that's true. Your phones are dirty. Phones are dirty. So if you don't have everything you do on your phone is compromised. You open up links. Everybody sends you messages with links. You open up Facebook links, Instagram links. Your phone is the dirtiest device you have, not only germ-wise, if you're thinking about COVID, but also for information security purposes. Plus, you don't want anybody actually controlling your device. So most people are resistant for it to have antivirus and mobile device management connected to your company because then they can see everything on your phone, even if they don't want it.
That's good. Hey guys, again, if you are just joining us, my name is Lamar Tyler. I'm creator and founder of Traffic Sales and Profit. We help entrepreneurs do three things: drive more traffic, convert more sales, grow the amount of profit in your business. Today we're joined by Javis Freeman from the Cyber Guru LLC. He is the founder, and we're talking about working from home cybersecurity and everything you need to do and everything you need to know so that you can get all of this straightened out. And we're here to answer your questions too. So if you got any questions about cybersecurity, about what you should or shouldn't be doing at home, what your employees should or shouldn't be doing at home, make sure you drop those into the comments and we will answer those questions for you as well. We're here to help you out today. So this is good. So Jarvis, let me ask you this because I know this probably comes with a lot of people. So for the people where like pretty much everything they do is just on the cloud, like, you know what I'm saying? Like do you, and not even on their own network right in the cloud, but maybe it's just on, Google Drive or, Apple or Microsoft or something like that. Is there like a certain set of separate rules for them, or is it pretty much like everything you talked about applies that way as well?
Everything applies except for the VPN. In order to access cloud-based stuff, you don't need a VPN. But what you still need to do is, if you're sharing that Google Drive or any other kind of shared storage, you need to have access controls. Who can access what, how much, when, what time of day. You can control all those things. So if you're not using access controls to protect your company, and you just got this wide open Google Drive, you're leaving yourself open to lose your intellectual property. Also, you need an acceptable use policy, which most people forget. Even in 7- and 8-figure businesses, they have no AUP, which equals if someone does do you harm via computer, guess what? You can't prosecute them.
Hold on, let's talk about that a little bit more. So, let's go into that. Like that last piece you talked about. Let's go in that a little bit deeper, right? So, what was it you said? The AUP?
Yeah, acceptable use policy. It's that little. A lot of people use it like this. When you log into the screen and log into your computer, and it says, "Hey, you're using this work laptop, and we may be monitoring it," and all that other stuff. When you log in, you inherently accept the acceptable use policy. That's their way of making sure you have accepted it. Some people use a written document, Department of Defense, stuff like that. But bare minimum, you should have a banner on all your work computers, work devices saying, hey, by logging into this computer, you are adhering to this certain set of rules,
I
which
like that.
by doing so makes them liable.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Hey, we got a question there from Kim. What's up, Kim? Kim wanted to know, is Dropbox secure? She said, and she specifically said she has a paid account, like a paid account where you can control who gets access to what. Would that be considered secure to you?
Yes. Long as their end device is secure, Dropbox is secure. It's as secure as a VPN tunnel.
Okay, awesome.
And you got to have a good password
That's
and
not
maybe multi-factor.
That was the next thing I was about to ask
There
you.
you
Right?
go.
But again, like I guess the system itself is secure, but still, then it just would depend on you having a tight password to make sure that you aren't the point of failure, right?
Correct. That's that shared model.
Okay, awesome. I love it. And we talked about you already said before too, guys. If you got questions, keep dropping them in. It's a great question, Kim. You talked about earlier, right? The point about passwords. Like, what advice do you normally give people around passwords, around setting passwords? Because I know people say, well, Jarvis, I got 50 different sites for personal. I got 50 different for home. You want me to have different passwords for everything? I gotta have one. What if I forget it? I don't want to forget it. Like, what's your advice around passwords that you actually give and share with people?
Use passphrases. And what I mean by that is um, you can use anything, including spaces. Make it a complete sentence with a period. So you can say, my birthday is this, that, and the third, or my favorite color is blue. That's a long password, including spaces. And if you throw in a couple symbols in there or whatever else, it makes it very hard to brute force or to hack. Because the spaces in some hacking tools aren't even counted. Some hacking tools don't even pick up on spaces. So using the space is like using a special character.
Mm, that's good. Actually didn't know that. That's very good. Did y'all know that? I want to know in the chat. Did y'all know that? I want to know in the chat. I was about to ask. I want to ask in the chat how people are doing with their passwords, but I don't want somebody like I'm doing terrible with it. Somebody wrong person be watching. The wrong person be watching in the chat. Be like, let me find out more about what they got going on. This is good, man. Hey, again, guys, if you're just joining us, my name is Lamar Tyler, Traffic Sales and Profit. I'm joined today by Javis Freeman, founder of the Cyber Guru. Now, Jarvis, while waiting for some more questions to come in, I want to show people a little bit more about what your company does and how you actually help people and help companies come through.
Okay, so my company is we do a bit of everything, but on the consulting side, this is what we do. We do penetration testing, network design, network architecture. We do policy generation, quantitative risk management. On the teaching side, we teach not only personal security, like how to secure yourself and your family, but we also teach your employees how to be secure. Then we also teach the actual technical training, like CompTIA A plus, Net plus, Security plus, ISC squared, CISSP. And then we also have our most well-known product, Zero to Cyber, which is our 16-week intensive program, which goes over cybersecurity, cloud services, and also how to do application security or how to hack websites.
That's awesome. I'm down in the comments, man. People are going crazy over that space in the password tip. it's like that's the best kept secret right there. Like people like that's great. I didn't know. Freddie, what's up, Freddie? Freddie said Freddie said had no idea. Stephanie said good info. Sandra said good stuff. She didn't know. Lee said I didn't even know you could use spaces in your password, right? And then my guy Patrick, what's up, Patrick, over in the UK, said that password info was brilliant. Everybody gonna have a space in their password now, thanks to you, Jarvis. You the one to put us all on.
Glad to hear.
Awesome. Hey, again, guys, you got questions? Drop your questions down below. Like, what are you guys doing to stay secure from a cyber standpoint? As a lot of you are working from home and you're not used to working from home. Are there different things you're doing with your team since your teams may be working from home and they're not really used to working from home? What kind of policies and things do you have in place? Or if there's anything you want to run by Jarvis as well to just get his feedback on, some things that maybe you could be doing better to just more safely secure yourself in what you're doing. Drop those in the comments as well and let us know. Yep, and Damien, that is a space in the password. That is like space in the password with a question mark. There's a space in the password. Yep. Cool. Well, Jarvis, you had a something you wanted to actually share with our audience as well, right? Then we'll come back to the chat in a second. And it's the fact that you guys actually do endpoint as a service. Is that correct?
Yes, we do endpoint as a service. Pretty much what we mean by endpoint as a service is you have a corporate IT infrastructure and you have a team, and all your computers magically patch themselves. Are They have antivirus, they do all the vulnerability management and compliance, and everything works, and you don't think about it, right? Well, for small businesses particularly, you don't get any of that. So to be PCI compliant or payment card industry compliant, you may need vulnerability scans, antivirus, amongst other things. You might need to keep a certain level of patch level, things like that. So what happens is you onboard into my infrastructure, and I take care of your antivirus, your updates, your vulnerability management, your compliance. And by doing so, this makes you eligible for things like high trust, eligible for things like PCI DSS, which is payment card industry. Um, it makes you eligible for DoD contracts. It all depends on what the compliance standard is, but most compliance standards can be met through this system. Basically, it's like having an IT team that you no longer have to talk to, chase around, or see in person.
Awesome. And I got the site up right now. I'm showing you guys the site. And to get more information on that, you can go to thecyber.guru/secure, thecyber.guru /secure to get a hold of that. And we'll drop that down, any actual information as well. And we got some more questions coming through. Awesome. There we go. Cyber.guru /secure, guys. How you can get more information on that. All right, Jarvis, we got another question. Kim came back with another question. She said, do you think that it's okay for your staff to store another Dropbox question. Do you think it's okay for your staff to store their Office Dropbox on their laptop? And she said, like, how you can install it. So I'm assuming maybe she's talking about the actual Dropbox app. Kim, you correct me if I'm wrong. But should they be putting that on their laptop?
If it's a personal device? No, because that means your company's information is going on to their personal device. And I don't know if you have any actual, intellectual property or secret sauce that makes your product different than other products. Might be your self-stabilization formula or something like that. And if it's on their personal device, it's no longer in your positive control.
That is good. That's good information. Kim, let us know if that actually answers your question, or if you got a follow-up question with that as well. Awesome. Cool. All right, Jarvis. So anything else that you think folks should know? Anything that we maybe didn't talk about, I didn't bring up, that people should just be aware of as they're working from home and trying to do it in a safe manner as far as it comes to cybersecurity?
In the military, we had this thing called OPSEC, or operational security. A lot of days we give away a whole lot of information about where we work, who we work for, what we do for them, and we give it away for absolutely nothing. Then on top of that, we allow, our children to be in our rooms while we're working with, cameras and everything else. And I know people don't think about that every day, but some of us work on critical infrastructure. Like, my brother works on the power grid, and I'm like, hey, your kid shouldn't do a TikTok video while you're working because you literally have schematics up. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. Because I'm in the background looking really close, like, can I make that out? Because if I can, I now understand the power grid on a whole new level.
That's good. That is good. Hey, I had a question come in about your actual program, Zero to Cyber. Lee wanted to know, is it a rolling course, or are there hard start and stop dates for the program? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that while you're at it too?
Currently, we're doing a hard start and stop date, and we're looking into making a self-paced course. Currently, our next cohort will be coming up this fall. It's looking like 1 September, or the first Monday in September. The self-paced course will come towards the end of the year, and you can take that at your own leisure, work as fast or as slow as you want. But I prefer people to actually start with some of my prerequisites, and they can go to the cyber.guru /0 to cyber, and they can actually come ahead, fill out the form, and talk to me about it, and I'll give them a little bit of the prerequisites up front so that they can be ready for it.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm looking to see what else you guys got down in the chat. And we're going to drop that link for you as well. I'll drop that down in some of the chats. We're streaming out to multiple places right now, so I'll drop this down in some of the chats for you guys to make sure you have what you need. And Lee, if you got any additional questions about that, feel free to let us know. I'm going to drop that in the chat for you, Lee, so you should see it right there. All right, cool. All right, here we got another one just came in. Sandra said, what is the best external internet to use? I need it because I travel and don't trust hotel internet. So maybe, I guess she's maybe talking about like a hotspot or something maybe?
If the hotel internet is fast enough, then I would use a VPN. That way, yeah, you're riding their internet, but you're tunneled through your own service. You can, if you're technically savvy enough, you can even set up a VPN into your home and use your home as your own VPN tunnel. I do that personally. You can also carry a hotspot or just use your phone. You can tether off your phone. It's your own connection. As long as you put a good password on it, no one should be on your phone's Wi-Fi. Or you can even turn it down and say, hey, only one device can connect, which is yours.
And you got any preferred hotspots that you like?
No, I'm cheap, so it's probably whoever provides the cheapest service because it's all running on the same technology. Just don't buy. I'm not even gonna say don't buy anything Chinese, but just try to keep it American, maybe Korean if you could. It'll behoove you.
All right, that's good. That's good too. I know if somebody's gonna say why. Like what would you? What's your reasoning behind that?
So even though we play nice with Russia and China all the time, publicly, we are cyber adversaries. Most of the major hacks in the U.S. are Chinese and Russian government. And the Chinese have been known to put back doors in their devices to be able to listen, watch, and retrieve information from just about everything they make. So it's been down to like computer servers they were selling to U.S. companies had back doors built in them that the Chinese government could just walk in and pull intellectual property, everything. And also, that's how they jump so far ahead in technology. It's because they are the best reverse engineering country in the world.
So, Jarvis, does that mean that you don't have TikTok on your phone, man?
I don't have TikTok on my phone for one reason. And, I have TikTok, but it's on a throwaway device. That's a better way of saying it.
Okay.
It's a device that I don't use for anything else but for TikTok, social media stuff, and things I'm not worried about people listening in on. And the reason is because TikTok calls home to about 50 different sites. And what I mean about calling home is it sends your data a lot of different places. That's how they make money, though. But I don't really trust it. Like, by the time you send a TikTok video, it's circled the globe.
Wow, you're scaring people out here, Jarvis. You're scaring people, man. Somebody gonna be afraid to do that dance challenge this afternoon.
Just get a cheap phone from Cricket and just use it for TikTok only. You can TikTok all you want.
There we go. Shout out to Marcel. You got Marcel said those men of Omega Psi Phi fraternity incorporated are very intelligent. All right, cool. Awesome, man. All right, so any last words you want to leave the audience with? Anything you want to share before we get out of here? The biggest thing I want to share with you is just think differently. Think in a secure fashion. It doesn't matter, if you're stop broadcasting your location, stop telling your Uber driver where you live, things like that. Just be smart. Right now we're in dire straits, economically. And what happens is during that time is crime goes up. So think of it like this. If you're leaving the house, don't post it. This is operational security again. Don't say anything. Just leave the house because people are looking for ways to make money, especially if you don't live in like an apartment building, you live like in a home and you post, hey, leaving the house again. People are figuring out where you live. People are figuring out when you're gone and you're building out kind of a schedule for people. Whether you leave the house for a walk every day at the same time, you leave the house every day for groceries or to check on grandma. People are starting to see that, and that's how you end up with vulnerabilities. Not saying anything will happen,
But that's how people start casing people's property. I've seen it happen before.
All right, guys, there you have it. I see Patrick down in the chat saying now he's getting the burner phone. You got everybody getting burners out here now. So we for our social media exploits. All right. All right, man. So again, thanks again, Jarvis. We appreciate you being here. We've been joined today, y'all, by Javis Freeman, founder of the Cyber Guru. If your business needs some of his services, you can check out the cyber .guru/secure. We shared that with you earlier. We dropped it in the chat. And we had a few folks interested in the actual course as well, because he is helping people get into his actual career field. So I know a lot of people are going to be economically impacted, like as Jarvis just mentioned, right? A lot of people are going to be looking for new opportunities, and it may be time for you to change into a new career. And we definitely know that cybersecurity is a hot career field where you can make a very good living as well. So we encourage you guys to check out Jarvis's course for that, the cyber.guru 02 is the number 2 cyber. The cyber.guru/02 is the word 0, the number 2, and then cyber as well to check them out. All right, Jarvis, we appreciate you, man. Have a great day.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. All right, y'all, we'll be back, right? We'll be back next week with more interviews, more experts. Y'all let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know what you want to hear about, too, in the chat. We got a ton of subject matter experts coming through to break down more information to help you guys during these tough times with the pandemic, with the economy, and everything else is going on. We want to make sure we serve you at the highest level. We want to make sure we are equipping you for your business, not only to survive, but to actually be able to thrive as we go through these times. All right, have a great day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Peace.